this series combining Yu Yu Hakusho, Bleach, and Arcana Familia. How does that work? Noragami, episode 1, I'm not gonna lie, that fucking opening, oh my god, I love that fucking song. That is probably one of the best openings I've heard so far. Gotta give that to Noragami. Thing looks gorgeous, soundtrack is fucking like gorgeous as well. I love so far just the animation, the soundtrack, and just pretty much everything so far in the series. It seems like, and I've noticed this a lot with a lot of the series coming out in 2014, that they're very chilled back, and that's what I liked with Noragami, is that you didn't have to take the plot too seriously with this. But for the general gist of the plot, this girl is like getting like picked on by class, and she's like getting really fucked up. And there's like so many like shit going around her, like these monsters and all these people saying, "Oh, she's a sick girl," like it's her fault and all that, like with exams. And the main guy, Yato, and his assistant Tamone, like help her, and they end up fighting this thing known as a phantom, which I guess are the main baddies throughout the series. And she seems to like transform into a blade, so it's sort of like the Soul Eater premise with that little bit there. Like, oh, they have to have like a Meister and also their weapon as well. And it's just like, oh my god, he just like fucking wrecks that thing with all those slices with that blade. And then the bitch says like, yo, I want to quit. Your hands are too greasy because of the sweat. And it's like, I don't want to be your sacred treasure no more. Get the fuck out of my life. And Yato's like, fuck. Like, my whole life is now fucked now, because the whole point of Yato is that he's a god, and he's pretty much a new roundabout god that, you know, if you give him 5 yen, which is, I guess, is like 2 cents for people, something like that, or 10 cents, like, he'll do like odd jobs or any kind of wish for you. And you see like around about like the start, like the episode when we meet like the main girl Hiyori, that there's like he's searching for a fucking cat for like most of the episode, and I was like, oh god, I'm not having that. I can't. After watching Arcana Familia, that was like, I'd never want to see a searching cat thing ever again. But it was like, luckily that wasn't like the whole focus of the episode. Thank fucking god. It was just like sort of like a way to advance the plot. Like, and you just see like Yato's just whirling around. He just walks into fucking cars, and he already saves him from the fucking truck. And I was like, now she's dead. And I was like, okay, now we're going into Yu Yu Hakusho now. It's like, it was so weird, like with the whole shit going on. And at the hospital, it seems like nobody remembers who Yato was, and it seems like throughout the whole episode it was sort of Hiyori trying to remember Yato, and Yato trying to deal on with the phantoms without his sacred treasure. And you got to see like how these two developed. Hiyori is a very strong female protagonist right now. She sort of reminds me of the Sakura from Codebreaker. Like, I think it was like Sakurochi or something, I think her name was. And then Yato as well, he's sort of like, I don't give a fuck, he has his dream, he wants to have his own giant shrine, he wants to be a fucking badass. And so far, it's pretty much like that, with like the fighting with these phantom, and pretty much with her like now being able to leave her spirit behind, like she has like a cat tail. It's all really weird stuff like going on. And the episode sort of ends them fighting a frog, and you know, surprising that the girl can actually damage Thanos, and she can leave her body now and then, so she can actually go against Thanos. But overall, the first episode of Noragami, I liked it. I actually generally liked it. It was chill. I didn't have to worry about, oh, I had to pay attention to the plot, because I feel like the plot was just like simple. Guy wants his shrine. Enough said. Done. But let me know what you guys think in the conversations down below. What do you think of Noragami? Is it something to keep checking out? Me personally, I think I might leave this to build a few episodes personally, and then check out some more. But I'm sure you guys will be keeping me up to date with that shit. But that's all from me. Thank you very much for watching. Remember, Savagezweipanda, Sana, and I'll see you guys